Yay, here we go. Hello, those of you at home. Close those. There you go. Your favorite musical artist is playing in Helper, Utah, which is 111 miles away. The concert starts in an hour and a half, and the speed limit is 75 miles per hour. We'll be able to make it to the concert on time without speeding. Pause the video because we're ready to get this going. Okay, everybody. Can I get you back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? So, Helper's 111 miles away, and the speed limit is 75 miles per hour. Are you going to be able to make it there without speeding? It sounds like most people thought yes. Let's see here. What did you think, Juliet? Do you think you'll be able to make it there without speeding? And how did you get that? Well, tell me, yeah. What do you mean? Did it to? So you did 111 miles to 75 miles per hour. Okay. That's okay. So how did you get that number? What did you actually do with these numbers? So here's the cool thing about unit rate and units, Juliet, is that we're actually going to treat the units just like they're regular numbers, okay? So when you did 111 divided by 75, you said you got what number? 1.48. Now, I'm going to actually divide these as well. This says miles divided by miles per hour, which is really just a fancy way of writing miles divided by miles per hour. And when I'm dividing fractions, I like them both to be fractions. Because if they're both fractions, what can I do with those, Juliet? Yeah, so that'd be miles over 1 times hours over miles. And look what happens. Miles and miles divide out because they are a factor in common. And this becomes hours divided by 1. But anything divided by 1 is what? Itself, which means your 1.48 represented hours. Well, it starts in an hour and a half, right? Which is 1.5 hours. So, I mean, if we're going to talk about parking and stuff, then probably not. Like, I don't know how long 0.02 hours is. Could somebody do 0.02 times 6? No, I can do that. Oh, is that 0.12? No, that's 1.2. So you have 1.2 minutes to get into the show after you park. Yeah, go ahead, do any. Yeah, exactly. So you're cutting it pretty close. Leo. Oh. Well, actually, technically, so you would say not legally, but in actuality. So if you're going like 77 miles per hour, the problem is that the software that they use to measure your speed is plus or minus 5. So yeah, you're right. They won't usually pull you over if you're going within 5. But technically, it's still not. You're still breaking the speed limit. It's just not something that they're going to enforce. It's a curious thing there. Let's see here. Did anybody do that a different way? Did anybody do that a different way? There's lots of ways to do this one. Let's see here. Let's go for Asher. What'd you do? Wait, Ash Brooks. Excuse me. I was like getting your last name mixed up here. Go ahead, Brooks. Mm-hmm. Miles per hour. The hours divide out, and what does that give you? And how did that tell you that you were going to be on time? Yeah, if you go the speed limit the whole way, you can drive 112.5 miles, which is a little bit over what you need to do. And then did somebody do that even differently? Go ahead, Cena. Ah, and that is, I think, yeah, and then that would be 112.5 miles per hour, 1.5 hour. That hurts my head to think about, but it totally works. But it totally works. Absolutely. Very good. Do we have one more, Dean?
So I did an hour and a half is 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
And I know 60 miles an hour is 1 mile per minute.
Ah,
75 is just 1 4 miles per minute.
so 1 1/4 miles per minute. Love that. Uh-huh.
So to make it a whole number in 4 minutes is 5 miles.
4 minutes is 5. Oh, wow. Okay, so that would be 4. Okay, so hold on. 5 miles per 4 minutes. Okay, I'm here with you.
Then I divided it by 111. And that gave me 0.246.
Or did 111 divided by that?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, love it. All right. Perfect.
And then I multiplied by 4.
Right. There we go, because we have to do that. That's awesome. Let's keep moving, guys. It is the 66th day of school. You know, U.S. Route 66, stretching from Chicago, Illinois to Santa Monica, California, was once a primary east-west route in the U.S. of A. It is Alaska Talo Day, which is a day to celebrate the very peculiar sense of humor that Alaskans have. So in Alaska, I am told, the way that there's a sense of humor that's pretty unique to Alaska that goes like this. If somebody says something to you that is wrong, instead of correcting them, you just pretend it's right and then add something crazy to it and then see if they're like, oh yeah, and then they're like, so it's kind of like this. If a tourist comes up and is like, hey, where's all the penguins? I mean, the correct answer is there are no penguins in Alaska, right? But Alaskans will be like, oh, they're all hibernating this time of year. And then they're like, really? Where? And you're like, oh, well, up on the glacier. They just sit up there and they all see the southern penguins all huddle close together for warmth, but the northern penguins, they stack. So it's just like that. And you just keep going and making it crazier and crazier until they're like, are you messing with me? And you're like, yeah. All right. What's our first essential question? How many of you are like, I think I might have an Alaska Tala sense of humor? Yeah, absolutely. Kenzie, what's our first essential question today? How can we use unit rate and proportion to answer questions about a situation? Woo. Okay. I got a good Jeopardy and Pictionary for you guys. I'll tell you, nobody's got the Jeopardy yet, and only one person's got the Pictionary so far. Classic NES games is our Jeopardy. This game was paired with Super Mario Brothers in 1984 and required the use of an NES zapper to play. I do not see the correct answer on there. Does anybody know what game that was, Leo? It is Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt is the correct answer. You needed a little light gun to play that one, and it was so fun. And then Winter Olympic events. Now, someone put down Murica. Guys, this is actually the most Swiss sport there is. This sport was invented in Switzerland, where it was like used as military training, and now it's become an Olympic sport and one of the most fun Olympic sports to watch. Do you happen to know what that sport is called?
I don't know what it's called, but it's where they like, isn't it where they, it's almost like cross country skiing mixed with like, yeah,
Yes.
like
Yeah,
shooting.
it is a race where you cross country ski around a ring, and every time you go around the ring you have to hit a target with a gun. Like shoot it, not like run up to it and like ping. And then you ski around again, and it's a race like that. Do you know what it is called, Credence?
No, I don't know what it's called, but I know in Texas, me and my brother
Uh-huh.
did that when it would snow.
The one time it snowed.
We'd set up an archery target and we'd do.
Oh, heck yeah, that's awesome. That event is called the biathlon. The biathlon. And again, it is really fun to watch. Okay, here we go, guys. Underneath all this, got a pencil? Today we're using unit rate, and not just to gross you out. No, no, no. I'm all out of FDA facts for you. I know. Let's do this, guys. Here we go. Pulled over. Sophie is pulled over by a police officer for, yes, underage driving, but also speeding. The police officer says that she was speeding in a 75-mile-per-hour zone, but Sophie says that's impossible. She'd been driving the same speed on that road for 6.5 hours and had only made it 507 miles. So, was she, yeah, She went 507 miles in 6.5 hours, and she never slowed down or sped up. How fast was she going? Was she really speeding? Teach, teach.
Okay.
Yes, Dwayne?
Where was she going?
I don't know. You'll have to ask her. Okay. Come on up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's see if I can get a little help here. Truman, what did you do with these numbers? Tell me what you were doing then. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to come back to you for the next one, okay, Truman? Crystal, what did you do with these numbers? Guys, I can't hear Crystal. 75 miles per hour. And I'm going to use these units times 6.5 hours. That would give those away there. And what is 75 times 6.5? 487.5. So that's how many miles she would be traveling if she was going the actual speed limit, but she'd actually traveled what? Was it 506? 507? So was she speeding, Crystal? She was. Let's find out how much. How could I use the fact that she'd moved 507 miles to find out how fast she was actually going? Let me see this with a card. Let's see here. Samuel, what can I do with those to find that out? If I know she went 507 miles in 6.5 hours, how could I use those numbers to find out how many miles per hour she was going? Sure. How? What should I do? Yeah. And the thing is, guys, follow the units. 507 miles divided by 6.5 hours will turn my units into miles per hour. Does someone happen to have that number on hand? What is that number? Credence. 78 miles per hour. So was Sophie speeding, yes or no? She was, but only by 3 miles per hour. So if she challenges the ticket in court, she'll probably be okay because she can say, hey, I was really going 75. You know that equipment's only accurate for up to 5 miles per hour. And then maybe she'll get off with it. But I don't know. You'll see. So here's another question, guys. Now that we know this, let's say that Sophie's destination was exactly 1,000 miles away from where she started. She's driving to a place where 12 to 13-year-olds can drive freely through the streets. Yeah. So how long would it take her to drive there? How can we use that number to find out how long it would take her to drive there? Teach. 78 miles per hour. Yes, Alex. Oh no, from 1,000 miles, the whole journey. We'll do the whole journey. Can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? The world where 12 to 13-year-olds can drive freely through the streets. Seattle. All right. Truman, how can I find out how far Sophie could go, how long it's going to take Sophie to go over 1,000 miles? Yeah, because it's 1,000 miles divided by 78 miles per hour. And then it does that same thing that happened to Juliet's number, where the miles divide out, the hours flip up, and that gives you how many hours? About 12.821, yeah. It's not a very nice number. About 12.821, something like that. Perfect. All right, very good. Let's see here, guys. Next up, let's see here. Cool fruit stand, dude. But how do I get to the green apples? Like, what if you went to and you're like, wow, look at this beautiful fruit stand, but you wanted some green apples? Anyway, you climb a mountain of fruit to retrieve 9.5 pounds of those green apples. Once you dig your way out of the fallen fruit that results, you pay for the apples and leave in the rush because the owner is mad at you now. You walk away looking at the receipt. You paid $15.96 for all those apples. How much were the apples per pound? Teach! Sophie found Okay, those do look like monster strawberries. Those look real good. Those strawberries almost look like they're bigger than the bananas. All right. So it's 9.5 pounds of apple, and it's $15.96. Okay, can I get you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Sophie, what should we do with these two numbers?
Divide them.
In what order?
Money divided by pounds.
Yeah, because if it's $15.96 for 9.5 pounds, you can do that division. And do you happen to have that division? What is that?
That is $1.68 per pound.
Yeah, $1.68 per pound. Now, you could have also done 9.5 divided by 15.96, but that would have told you how many pounds per dollar, which is how much apple you could buy if you just had a buck, right? If you just had a buck. And I think that this one makes a little bit more sense. If I asked you how much is it going to be for like 8 pounds, you could multiply that by 8. If I wanted to know how many apples you could buy for the cost of a speeding ticket, like $180 or whatever, you do 180 divided by 1.68, okay? But in the interest of time, I want to keep this moving. Here comes the next one. Let's see here. I want to skip this one. All right, 20-kilometer race walk. Is the 20-kilometer race walk on anybody's radar? Do you guys know what that is? That's an event. I don't think they have it in the Olympics, but they do have it at the World Championship track and field. Yeah, it's a race walk, which means it's a race, but you can't have both of your feet off the ground at the same time. And it turns out that people who are great runners are not necessarily great race walkers and vice versa. It's a totally different set of skills. But anyway, Elmira Alembikova has the world's second place for the race, and she can walk 20 kilometers in 1.4 hours. So can you tell me, what is her speed in kilometers per hour? What is her speed in kilometers per hour? Teach! Okay. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Shh. Okay, let's see if I can get a little help out there. Abby, how could we find out how many kilometers per hour she's walking? Was it 1.4 hours? Did I do that right? Was it 1.4 hours for 20 kilometers? Okay. Abby, how would I turn that into a fraction that I could turn into a unit rate? Oh, so I'm so sorry. Abby B. I'm glad we're talking. So I'm looking for her speed in kilometers per hour. And I know I'm going to have to divide these. If I want kilometers per hour, what should I divide by what, Abby? Yeah, 20 kilometers divided by 1.4 hours. Go ahead. What do you got for me? It's called about 14.286 kilometers per hour. How many of us were able to get 14.286 kilometers per hour? See how she got that? You guys doing okay? Perfect. We're going to use that information to answer a question. Let's see. The question we're going to answer is, how long would it take? Well, you know what? Actually, I like this one. Did you know that? So, how long would it take her to speed walk from Wasatch Junior High to Macy's, which is 1.6 kilometers? It's 1.6 kilometers to get from here. Like, if she was here and she was like, I need some sushi from Macy's, and she power walked the whole way, it would be 1.6 kilometers. You tell me, guys, how long would it take her? Teach! That doesn't sound correct, does it? That doesn't sound correct to me. Okay. Can I get you guys back up here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Let's see here. Can I get a little help? Calvin, what should we do with these numbers to find that out? Sure, which direction? So I guess we could try both of them. Like 14.286 kilometers per hour divided by 1.6 kilometers. And then something you'll hear me say a lot is follow the units. So I'm not even going to worry about the numbers for a second. That would be kilometers per hour divided by kilometers, which if I keep change flip is kilometers per hour times 1 over kilometers. So I guess, 1 over hours, I don't think that's correct. 1 over hours, that's not really a unit that makes a lot of sense to me, right? So I don't think that's the direction we want to go. What if we do it the other way? 1.6 kilometers divided by 14.286 kilometers per hour. That would make it kilometers divided by kilometers per hour. Keep, change, flip. Hey, there you go. That would turn that into hours. I love it. What's 1.6 divided by 14.286? Go ahead and jam that in there, Calvin. See what you got for me. Yeah, just jam that in there for me. Jam it in there, so we'll get an approximate number of hours. Mm-hmm. He's on it. Something around there. Hours. Multiply that by 60. It'll tell you how many minutes, which is pretty amazing. Like a little over 6 minutes to walk to Macy's. I'm not sure I could run there in 6 minutes. Hey, when I say, would you guys open up your planners to page 87, I want to say. To page 87, I think. 87, I think. Or 57, excuse me. 57. Page 57. Page 57. Under Friday, November 21, self-assessment 8.1, unit rates. That's going to be up over the weekend, guys. Also, that's today. In case you're curious, guys, on page 58 on Tuesday, November 25th, we're going to be playing the proportion games. It is, I mean, that is actually not that far off. I'm not going to lie, that's not that far off from what we're going to be doing. No, you're going to be okay. No one has died from the proportion games yet. But hopefully we keep it that way. That's all I have for you guys. Make sure you do